So if you are from the previous video, welcome. But if this is your first video on this channel watching this, I want to welcome you also. I'm going to explain furthermore what I already talked about in this video right here. So if you watch this video and at the end you get lost, I think I recommend you this video so you can very much understand what it is that I'm talking about. And with that said, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's get this part started. We'll be talking about clipping and the beauty of it and its systems also. Now, if you're not familiar with what clipping is, let me go ahead and clear that out first for you. In a nutshell, it is the art of taking long form content and chopping them into short form clips that might have the potential of going viral. So for instance, if you take a YouTube long form content like this, right, which is the only platform that we are able to produce or, upload and distribute long form content. So if you take this content, for instance, when it is published on YouTube, the only source of traffic that will be on it is from the algorithm of YouTube. And as a business owner, we can't just leave things for chance or for the sake of luck. Hence why we need to take things into our own hands by leveraging the power of short form. And this is where clipping takes place. So whenever you are trying to use organic reach through YouTube long form content, the only dependence that you can ever do is to just upload and just wish if you don't have any systems in place. And due to the presence of short form content now, you can also use that as a tool that can push you far much more to wherever narrative you want to put on social media, whatever traffic you want to be on your YouTube channel. So after that long form video has been watched and analyzed thoroughly, the best moments with the potential of going viral are then extracted and transformed into clips. So like I said, whenever you have a long form video, you can take sections of it and make them into short form and post them as clips so it can direct people to the main content, which is the long form. And that is what clipping is, so you can understand it very well. So for instance, as you can see, clips like this from the long form content, which are distributed through short form, which can be Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, or even TikTok. But anyone can do this, right? You yourself, you can post your long form content and take some clips that you think might do well on social media, and then you post it. But the right answer is, or not, let me use right answer. The definite answer that you have to know is that you can't just do that if you really want to grow. Just whipping out interesting moments and turning them into 9:16 aspect ratio, which is the vertical form of creating short form content, it doesn't mean anything. There's a whole lot to this than just cutting scenes or whatever moment you think it might gain you some reach. So let's first begin with the structure of how to make the structure of a viral clip. Now, as you can see on my right, the image to my right, to every viral clip, there are specific components that comprises for it to have such nature. Now, there is the first part of it, which is the hook, which is what gets attention of people to stop scrolling and pay attention to whatever it is that you have to say. Now, if you're not familiar with it, we live in an attention economy right now, and it is very difficult for people to pay attention to whatever that you have to say due to the shortened span of attention that we've had. So if people are scrolling and you don't have something that is going to spark their interest at the very moments that they come in contact with your clip, they are just going to scroll bypass it, and that is going to hurt your reach on social media because the algorithm is going to notice or read that people are skipping by you. Hence why your content or whatever that you have posted is not something they need to push, and that is the machine deciding on that. Now let's go to the second part, which is the body, which is what should justify why they stopped at the first place and be able to keep them watching to the end. So if you're able to complete the first part, which is the hook, and people stop at your video and they are watching, the clip is supposed to make them stay on your video and let them watch to the end, so it can get the algorithm to understand that whatever you have is interesting to people, and it will push it more to other people to watch, right? Or if there is an instance where people are watching but they get to the middle part of your video and they just click off, that is going to also help the performance of your video. So we want to create a body or a certain moment that is attached or is going to justify the hook. So if there is a reason why they stop, the body or the middle part of the video is supposed to justify or explain why they got interested. Now, let's go to the end. When they get to the end of the video, which is the part that needs to be solidified and conclude whatever you were saying, that it stimulates a certain kind of interest in who you are or your business, so they can get to the final destination, which is the CTA. So when people finish watching the video and they get to the end is not supposed to be boring. The end is supposed to make them, it's supposed to be enticing, so it can stimulate a certain interest in them to click on your page, or to make them kind of become very interested in who you are, whatever you are selling, or what kind of business you have. So a lot of people make videos and they think it's just the hook, the body, and that's it. They don't care about the end. No. If you have a video that people watch to the end and they take an action, that's also good for you, for the algorithm. And it's going to help you even get more reach, right? And if you're a business owner, or you have a YouTube channel that or you want people to look at, or you're a musician, you want people to feed into your website, or whatever thing that you're selling, there should be a CTA at the end. And the only way people will get to the CTA is by making the end very interesting, that they watch to the end of the video and they want to take an interest, if I'm making sense here. Now, that's where we tell them to take an action, like I said, to further discover who you are or what your business is, so they can finally get into your world of business, of music, of advertisement, or even whatever film that you have. You are supposed to let them click on a CTA that can get them into your world. Now, from that, from what I've explained, it should be clear to you by now that it takes a certain amount of knowledge to be able to formulate something like this. So, like I said in the beginning, you can just take anything and just post, but if you don't know, like I said, what I've already explained just seconds ago or minutes ago, you are not going to outperform other people who understand this. Now that we have completed the aspect of the structure and the formulation of a clip, let's go ahead and talk about its distribution. So, distribution. This is where the fun is, and where you reap the most benefits from all that previous work that you did. So all that structure, all that form, the copy, how you structure your clip, after all that work, this is where you reap your benefits, through distribution. So let's bring on the clip that we already formulated, which is this. But so this is just one of many that will be extracted from the original long form video, right? So when you are doing clipping, or you use clipping as a service to help you promote your business or whoever you are, and you have a long form content, we don't just take one clip and use it as the main ad for the long form. No, we can take different sections, so it can be up to 10 to 15 videos that we get from one video. So this is just one of a clip that we are using from the original long form video. Now, instead of just posting this the traditional way on one social media account, this is what we do. We take your clip, as you can see from the far left, and we'll put it in a system of multiple accounts. So depending on how much big or how much growth you want, or how much reach you want to get to the audience or the world, that's the amount of multiple accounts that we create for you. So for instance, if you want 12 accounts, we create that for you, and we insert this clip into each account. And how you structure it is going to be specific to each account. So we might have the same clip, but how we'll edit it and how we'll use the hook and how we'll end it in the CTA will be very much different. So we'll make one clip in 12 versions, if you understand what I'm saying. And when we put it into this system, it's going to get so much reach, which will all feed into your main account, or wherever you want your attention or traffic to go. So imagine we put this clip, which is just one of a section that we've gotten from your long form clip, and we transform this one specific clip also into 12 different versions, and we upload all of them in 12 multiple accounts, right? Now imagine if this clip goes ahead and be making, let's just say, this 1K views, which is very low. But I'm just using something that you can understand whether it's much relatable to you if you're not doing well on social media. So imagine if you have 1.7K and you post it on 12 accounts, that's 12,000 views every single day on just one clip. So imagine with you have a video that you just posted a week, and we are able to get this and for instance, we get 12 clips that we extract from your long form, and each of these 12 clips, we multiply them into 12. So imagine 12 of those clips times 12 of them, right? And if you get that's almost hundreds of clips, right? We insert them into this system. So just imagine if someone is just posting from one account and is getting 1.7 views with this, and you are having this system, guess what? You are going to 10x, sometimes 12x, even 15x what they are doing, right? So you should, I hope this makes very clear what I'm explaining. All this traffic is feeding into your main account. So when we sit down with you explain where you want all this traffic to go, maybe it's your website, or maybe where you're advertising your music, or your YouTube main channel that you want to grow, or it's your business, wherever you want the reach to go, we'll direct that to this traffic to that. So from that presentation, I'm probably sure you now understand the systems of clipping and the beauty of it. So if you want to use it for yourself, you're more than welcome to. But if you're seeking for professional help, I want you to just click the link below and book a call so we can see whether you can be a fit for our company to be able to help you. But if you are a student or you're a business owner that you want to use this for yourself personally, and this video didn't do any justice to the explanation or to whoever I was trying to explain, I went ahead and explained far much further ahead, far much more, in detail, profound, about how we run this multiple accounts, how we make use of the data that we get from whatever previous work we've done, and how we use analytics to get more reach in the hooks, and the things that we optimize, that we collect from data that we can use to optimize the reach. I've explained everything. So if you're interested, just click on this video.